Hello, let's take a look at solving linear equations. So here I have 5 times some number m is 20. So to solve this, to break that multiplication, I'm going to divide by 5. This works because a number divided by itself is 1. 1 times a number is itself. So now I have m equals, and 5 goes into 24 times. So I believe the answer is m equals 4. To check that, I should plug it back in just to make sure. Is 5 times 4 20? Well, to the best of my knowledge, it is. Check. Let's try another. This one has a little more in terms of variables. So in order to solve this, I have to get all the variables on one side. So this p right here is connected by a subtraction. So to separate it, I have to use addition or subtraction. Now, since the 5 is positive, then I'm going to have to subtract a 5p from this side. Oops, that's not a p. There we go. And subtract a 5p on the other side. So on the left, I get, I did it again, didn't I? On the left, I have 12 p's minus 5 p's, and so that's going to leave me 7 p's. On the right side, 5p minus 5p is 0. 0 minus 42 is negative 42. Right? 0, take away 42, gives me a negative answer. Like the last problem, I can break that multiplication by dividing by 7 on each side. So 7 divided by 7 is 1. 1 times p is p. Negative divided by a positive is a negative. 7 goes into 42 6 times. So I believe the answer is 6. So I'm going to circle that. To check this, I need to plug back into the original, not one of my modifications. So I'm going to have 12 times negative 6, and I'm hoping that's equal to 5 times negative 6 minus 42. So let me just do arithmetic on each side. So let's see. 12 times 6 is 72, but it's negative. On the other side, 5 times negative 6 is negative 30. Negative 30 minus 42, yep, that is also negative 72. So it turns out p equals negative 6 does make the left side and the right side equal the same thing, so that must be the solution. Done. Even more stuff. Okay, so here, before I move anything around, I want to clean up each side. So notice on the right that 3 and 12 are like terms, so I can say that's 15 on that side. On the other side, the 8y and the negative 7y are like terms. 8y take away 7y leaves me 1y, or just y. And then the minus 3 is just hanging out there. So first I cleaned up each side. Now I'm ready to move things from side to side. So then I'm going to add a 3 on each side. And so y minus 3 plus 3 would be y plus 0, or just y. And 15 and 3 is 18. So I believe 18 is what makes this equation true, but we should check to make sure. So plugging in 18 everywhere up here. So that's going to give me an 8 times 18 minus 3 minus 7 times 18. It's going to be a little work. Maybe this equals 3 plus 12. I'm just going to draw a line down there. Let's do the easy part first. 3 plus 12 is 15. On the other side, I don't have a calculator, so 18 times 8. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 times 1 is 8. Plus 6 is 14. So that's 144. And then let's see, 18 times 7. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 plus 5 is 12, 126. So I have 144 minus 3 minus 126. Order of operations, so I did my multiplications first. Now I'm going to subtract left to right. 144 minus 3 is 141. Then I have to subtract 126 from that. So we'll have to borrow 11, take away 6. I think that should be a 5. 3 take away 2 is 1. 1 take away 1 is 0. So yes, 15 equals 15. Check. Wow. Checking was more work than solving, I think. But I know I have the right answer now. What happens if you check and it fails? Well, one of two things happen. Could have messed up your check, right? There were several places I could have made a mistake here. So double check your check. If that looks okay, then there must be a mistake back in the algebra section. Get out a blank piece of paper and try again. All right, new one. Let's see what we got here. Let's see, these aren't like terms, so I can't clean that up. And those aren't like terms, so we have to move things around. So let's say we're going to move this 3. So I'm going to add a 3 to each side. Double check. Minus 3 plus 3 is 0. 7x plus 0 is 7x. On the other side, I now have x plus 6. This x needs to move to the left. Now, two things to consider. It's connected by addition, and it's positive at the moment. And so I'm going to subtract an x, subtract an x. Now, that's really 1x there. So 7x's minus 1x is 6x's. X minus x is 0. 0 plus 6 is 6. So here's where I'm at now. And I think you might be able to see the answer already. Dividing by 6, I get x is 1. That's an educated guess based on the algebra. Check. So I hope that's the answer, but I don't really know yet. So I'm going to plug in 7 times 1 minus 3 is supposed to equal 1 plus 3. So let's see, that would be 7 minus 3 is 4, and 1 plus 3 is 4. So yep, that checks. I do have the right answer. Hope you found this useful and helpful. Have a good day. Do good math.